It all started, as these things often do, with an ad on the intergalactic web. Exotic alien brides delivered to your door, satisfaction guaranteed. The first thing Arthur Blimpley noticed was the star rating. 4.8. The reviews were suspiciously glowing, but he was a man of great faith in the internet's ability to deliver happiness at a discount. Arthur was a simple guy. He lived in a slightly out-of-date space condo orbiting Pluto, where the weather was cold, the atmosphere was non-existent, and his love life was about as exciting as a dust cloud drifting through the Kuiper Belt. So naturally, when he saw the ad promising instant companionship, zero hassle, he thought, why not? After all, what could go wrong? He spent a solid 10 minutes filling out the online form. What species would you prefer? He ticked the box for surprise me, because if Arthur was anything, he was adventurous, or more accurately, indecisive. After clicking submit, Arthur waited. 2 days later, a box appeared on his doorstep. A big box. The label read, "Warning, handle with extreme caution, may contain volatile personality traits." Arthur ignored that, because who reads warning labels anyway? With a buzz of excitement and a crowbar because the box seemed excessively reinforced, he cracked it open. There she was, standing inside a smaller crate within the bigger box, a tall, incredibly attractive, green-skinned alien woman with eyes that glowed like supernovae, and a posture that suggested she was either ready to go on a romantic date or invade a small planet. Arthur wasn't sure which. "Hi," Arthur stammered. "I ordered you?" The alien woman looked at him with a mixture of confusion and mild disdain, which Arthur mistook for coyness. "My name is Zorblaxia," she said in a deep, sultry voice that could have sold interstellar insurance. Arthur extended his hand awkwardly. Arthur Blimpley. "So, do you come here often?" Zorblaxia blinked slowly, the universal signal for, "What is this idiot talking about?" Instead, she said, "I have traveled 2.8 million light-years to evade the Galactic Federation, and you've just blown my cover by opening this box and violating about 1,000 galactic laws. For what? A quick, cheap thrill?" Arthur was a bit slow on the uptake. "Does that mean you're not interested in dinner, huh, cheap? This box cost quite a bit, actually. And as for thrills, well, that remains to be seen." "Dinner?" Zorblaxia growled, pulling herself out of the crate. "I'm on the run. I'm an intergalactic fugitive with a bounty on my head the size of a small moon, and you're asking about dinner? Well, I did pay for express shipping, so I just assumed—" Zorblaxia's eyes flared briefly, as if she were considering vaporizing him on the spot. Instead, she sighed, sat down on his couch, and slumped. "The Galactic Federation has been hunting me for smuggling high-energy crystals, and now I'm stuck on this icy rock with you, Arthur Blimpley, who apparently thinks ordering alien brides online is a good life choice." Arthur scratched his head. "So, you're not here for the whole companionship thing?" Zorblaxia looked at him with what might have been pity, or maybe just a mild allergic reaction to his body spray. "Listen, I was trying to hide by hitching a ride through a shady service. You clicked the wrong box. I'm not here to make small talk. I'm here to stay alive." Arthur felt something akin to embarrassment, though he was distracted by the fact that his mail-order bride was probably a wanted criminal. "But if you're a fugitive, won't they track you here?" Zorblaxia nodded. "Oh, they will, but don't worry, Arthur." She smiled for the first time, and it was a smile that was both unsettling and vaguely flirtatious. "I have a plan." That plan, as it turned out, involved Arthur dressing up in an old Space Elvis costume. He insisted it was the only thing he had that looked disguisey, while Zorblaxia dismantled his fridge to build some sort of interdimensional cloaking device. Halfway through, she managed to rewire his toaster into a galactic tracking jammer, which surprisingly worked better than the actual cloaking device. Just as Zorblaxia finished turning Arthur's living room into a makeshift tech lab, the doorbell rang. Arthur peeked out. It was the Galactic Federation, a squadron of bureaucratic-looking enforcers armed with paperwork and laser rifles. "Arthur," Zorblaxia whispered, "you distract them. I'll make our escape." Arthur panicked. Distract them? How? Tell them you're my lawyer or my husband. Whatever sounds less insane. With no time to argue, Arthur swung the door open and blurted, Zorblaxia? Never heard of her, but I did just marry someone named Gloria from Beta Orionis. Lovely girl, bit of a smuggler, but who isn't these days? The agents blinked at him in confusion. Look, if you're here to complain about the fridge, I can assure you it's defective. Arthur continued, sweating profusely. I demand a refund. Behind him, Zorblaxia, now cloaked in some form of interdimensional invisibility, slipped through the back door with Arthur's toaster under her arm. Sorry to bother you, citizen, one agent finally said, backing away slowly. Carry on. As the agents retreated, Arthur closed the door and collapsed on the couch, relieved. A few moments later, Zorblaxia reappeared, smiling again. Well, she said, you did good, Blimply. Maybe you're not as useless as you look. Arthur grinned. So, are we still on for dinner? I guess the thrill factor just went up. Remind me to give you a 5-star rating on your profile? Zorblaxia rolled her glowing eyes. We'll see, thanks, human. I could use that. Might just make the galactic bounty hunter leave me alone. Well, I can hope. And so Arthur Blimply, the man who just wanted a little companionship, ended up harboring an intergalactic fugitive. As for Zorblaxia, she stayed for a while, hiding from the authorities, tinkering with Arthur's kitchen appliances, and teaching him a thing or two about how to handle life when things don't exactly go according to plan. In the end, it wasn't quite what Arthur had ordered, but it turned out to be just what he needed.